Hello everyone, Ant here, and today it's time for me to finally get around to doing that Addendums video I said I'd do. We skipped doing the Mellow Gaming Recommends Addendum on the 1k sub special episode, pretty much entirely because there wasn't really much to say about it. And that's the episode I've got showing you here. This is the timeline for the 1k sub special. But I didn't think there'd be enough to say about this one to make into an Addendums video, so I'm combining this with the Twisted Metal episode. But mostly this one will just be about, what happened, with this one. 1,000 subscribers was a big milestone for the channel. It's taken a while to get there. And I was quite happy to, put this video out and it not flop. I just pulled the wire. It didn't flop. It got 117 views, and it got, I think, my first dislike on the channel for months, which was great. Which is funny. But yeah, I've gone to the wrong thing. We got 1,000 subscribers that day. We got 117 views. Let's zoom straight in. And yeah, just talk about the video and what we did. The first thing is, I wanted to start it off with some clips from the intros I did for the other episodes. Yeah, I just wanted to use some clips from the intros for videos that I've done before. They've been pretty successful. Like the Disgaea one is still the most successful Mellow Gaming Recommends. That's got like 1,500 views. The Power Rangers one was pretty recent. Just other clips. The Spider-Man one, which I think the Spider-Man one's maybe my best video. But no one watched it. Turns out no one wants gameplay dissection, I guess. And I used some clips from the Terry Kavanagh one because that shot up in views. And not even because Terry Kavanagh shared it years ago. It just suddenly at some point started picking up views. And this little intro here, which some of you might not remember from the Missile Cards episode, where I covered a tiny little indie game no one, wasn't a major big video game. I don't think anyone remembers it. And this is probably the most complex edit in the whole video, because it's a whole bunch of images. There's a whole bunch of nested files here. Like, all of that's the images in the background all nested together, and then there's the Mellow Gaming Recommends logo that I tied together, and the text, and a few others that I like. But yeah, the good thing was I started Brand Plays, started off with Brand Plays Games. He's been one of the longest supporters of the channel, so I thought that was a good one to start with him, because he was subscribed to the channel back when I had like 100 subs or less. I think we both had about the same amount of subs back then. When he was concentrating on Brand Plays Game, he concentrates more on Press B, and his videos have been really good. So check him out. He's put out quite a few videos since I did this one, and not just the ones he had backed up from before. But yeah, he's done some good videos since then with a lot more music stuff about Super Mario Sunshine. There was a video the other day. He put out one recently. Let's have a look at my subscriber feed, and you can look at all the people I'm subscribed to and see what time it is I'm recording this at. But Brown put out a new video, which I still haven't got around to watching because I'm a terrible person. Semi's Gel, Sonic 3D Blast. That's one I need to get around to watching, because Sonic 3D Blast has some really good music. What's his name? Jack something. I can't remember his name. But yeah, thanks to everyone who subscribed to these channels I suggested as well. Went up with Flip Scripts. He still hasn't posted a new video yet, but he did message me to say he hasn't given up and he is making a new video soon. He's just got like uni work and stuff, I think it was. He's doing something that's keeping him busy anyway. Life stuff. But yeah, I did go around to the videos and I did see that like a couple of you had commented on the videos and stuff, which was nice to see. Giving him a bit of interest, giving a bit of that algorithm boosting, nudging, whatever. I don't know. This was Gamer's Garden. He's still working on some videos. There's another one, because all these channels, they're all small channels that don't put out videos every week. I wanted to find the guys who, they put a channel out when it's ready, when they're ready to do one. Because so many people, they under 1,000 subscribers, and they churn like crazy, putting out tons and tons of videos. Like I used to. I used to put out multiple videos a week. Like there was times where I would make something every day. And it wasn't worth it. It's just not worth it. I get far more subscribers and far more growth on the channel now when I've gone doing one video per week than I ever had before. So yeah, do a video when you're ready to do a video. Don't force it. Snielzebub, he put out a new video today, the day I'm recording this, which will be a week ago if you're not a Patreon or on the Discord. because these Addendums videos go up to Patreon and Discord a week early. But he put out a new video comparing Kamen Rider Ryuki to Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, which was the American adaptation of Ryuki, which I haven't seen either of those. I have actually got all of Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. I should do a video on it on maybe a Tokusatsu channel that I have. But Niels, he's doing good. His latest video was in 4:3 ratio, which was unusual. I think he did it on purpose so that the footage from Dragon Knight wouldn't be messed up, but it's strange for him. But I liked it. More 4:3 ratios. And Cassandra McKenna, who is still shooting up, what's her subscriber count changed to? She was on, like, what was she on when I did this? I don't know if I said or put it in the video or not. I don't know if I put any text on the screen to say how much the subscriber count was. Hold on. And has already amassed 465 subscribers. She had 465 subscribers when we did this video. Now, what I should point out is none of her growth has anything to do with me sharing this video. This is all entirely her. Cassandra McKenna. There you go. She's got 782 subscribers now. She is shot up. She'll be past 1,000 by probably July, I'd say. I would imagine, the way she's going. She's putting out, plenty of videos. She finished Star Tropics. So, congrats to her for finishing that. And then, yeah, what do we do here? This is just the part where I start going on about other channels that are worth watching. Under the Moons, who has over 1,000 subscribers. He just put out a new video. Let's go over it. That's the wrong thing. Let's go and look at Under the Moons, his latest video. In his new set. He moved house. It's not really a set. It's a cupboard. He's sitting in a cupboard making his videos now. It's just like Andy Peters. And who else used to present the things? Where is Under the Moon's video? His video is all about covers of pulp novels. Pulp novel art is bonkers. This bit here. So yeah, go check out his video. It needs more views. It's only got 39. Give it a watch. I'm recommending more stuff. But yeah, look at this. Look at it. I want to point out the stuff that he does in his videos here. I'm going to show this because this is the best effect in this video. Is the video effect I didn't do. That's CG. He's added that in. It's like a 2D model that he's cut apart and animated together to make it look three-dimensional. He's added the shadow in underneath it and everything. Put the lighting right. This one here, he drew all that onto the shot, animated it in. That channel should have more than 1,300 subscribers or whatever it is on now. And Game vs Game, Eric, good lad. You'll see him quite often in the in UK Retro Zone streams nowadays, but he's still around. Hopefully he'll make a video again someday. He'll find his groove. It's my bro. His channel's still going. What's his channel up to nowadays? Yeah, you can see all the stuff I'm subscribed to. If you see JonTron there, it's only because I keep forgetting to unsubscribe to him. I keep baffling at how he still gets massive views, but no one ever talks about his videos. It's interesting that. 455 subscribers. He was on about 300 and something when we did that. So Matt's, my brother's still doing stuff. Matt. Let's see. So it was him we chatted about. We mentioned Retro Drew, who he's put out a new video recently, which I also need to watch. I haven't watched much this weekend because Paul's been here and we've been recording stuff. So don't at me. That's why I'm behind on videos. Jimmy Happer, who just did another video on demo discs, which is great. And demo discs may be an idea that I do on the channel soon. I'm ripping off Jimmy Happer. Okay, so you'll see. In a couple of months, you'll see. But that is his latest demo disc video is great. He basically got the first Japanese PlayStation demo disc and covered it, which is quite neat. That was a video he put up last week. Dead Real still hasn't come back, but Dan has been very busy putting together a movie, so I think we can excuse him. But he did put a new Odd Pod video up the other week, which is the first one he's done for a while. Because he's got this Odd Pod movie coming. He made a movie. And Dan, UK Retro Zone, he's going well. Hopefully Jemmy's doing alright. She was streaming today, but I was at work, so I couldn't watch it. But he's still streaming Mondays and Thursdays. Few sold me a Transformer. Another one, he sold me a few. He sold me a Titan's Return Hot Rod, which is quite nice. Just updating you, this is like, the bit at the end of the film where they tell you what everyone got up to after the film ends. This is what I'm doing here. My Life in Gaming, they are, let's see, streaming right now, Red Star on PS2. good lads, My Life in Gaming, the top lads. But yeah, there's not really much to say on this episode. There's that, my one contribution to a My Life in Gaming video. And that time I beat Game Dave at Smash Brothers. But yeah, there wasn't really much to say on this episode, and you know, I just wanted to talk about my channel. I've only just done one more video on here. I did a review of Starscream, the G1 Starscream. So, you know, if you like Transformers, maybe give it a look. And me and Paul did record some new episodes for Reacting Sentai Yoppa Ranger. So one of those will be going up probably before this one goes live fully on the channel. So sometime this week. And yeah, there was a little preview there of what video was next, which was the Twisted Metal World Tour Mellow Gaming recommends. Which, you know what? Maybe we should just go straight there. Right, so I need to find where that is. I only just found out where these save files are on it. I've never had to reload old save files, and I had to find where the save files were to get to this video. Mellow Gaming, Twisted Metal World Tour. Load the project. Do you wanna? That's not loading the project, is it? That hasn't loaded the project. Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? Adobe, I've had enough of your bullshit. Open. Let's do it this way. So how are you doing? We're just waiting for Adobe to load. Yeah, Paul was around this weekend. We recorded a couple of Let's Plays for the channel. There's 2 PS2 games and 1 arcade game that we're going to be playing. So they'll be going up in the next few weeks. You will have seen one of them by now. Bump, bump, bump. Here we go. Twisted Metal World Tour Mellow Gaming recommend. Whoop. So, this is the last proper Mellow Gaming Recommends episode I've uploaded. It's a few weeks ago now, but it is up. So, let's go through this video with the heavy metal music. Can you tell I tracked that in? Can you tell that was tracked into the shot by me? I was tempted to ask Under the Moons to do it, but I thought, you know what, I'll try it myself and see if anyone can tell that I tracked it in. But I fade it in behind this explosion. Boom. And I basically kept matching the points to the wall on the tilt and the move, but if it's not done well, I can't mimic this. And I don't know how to do the thing where you automatically track part of the background. I've never been able to figure that out. So, you know, I need a YouTube tutorial to show me how to do that. But I only did that because I wanted this to be the thumbnail for the video, and I'm terrible at making thumbnails, so sometimes I make them in the video so I can screenshot them. So I can't use GIMP, and I don't use Premiere, I don't use thingy, what is it, Photoshop. But yeah, into the episode, a little bit of rock and roll. I thought we'd start off with a little bit of an intro, not a long one, but just a little bit of some clips and stuff, just so we get into the mood of things. I haven't done a proper intro at the start of one of these videos for a long time, really. I asked people on Twitter what music they wanted me to use in this video from Twisted Metal because it's got a great soundtrack. No one answered. I wanted to give a little bit of history at the start of this about how I come across it. That's what I like to do in the video sometimes, is rather than like give you the history of the game itself, I want to give you what my history with it is, because that's me taking something from my life in gaming there, where my life in game don't do it so often now, but a lot of the focus of their channel early on was things that the games meant to them and when they came across them and what their experiences with the games were. So that's something I like to bring into the videos every now and again. Hopefully it's something people like, rather than me giving just straight up history facts. Let's skip ahead. This footage is from a Let's Play me and Paul did back in 2013. I didn't use footage from this in the video because, as you can see, for some reason the aspect ratio is entirely different. And I recorded them both on the PS3 using the same Elgato, and I have no idea why. I don't know what it was I did with the settings back then that's different to now, where I've got the proper aspect ratio for the game here. I say proper aspect ratio, you have to keep in mind this is a PAL version of the game, so it's slightly squished, which is why it's closer to 16:9 than it is 4:3. But yeah, I don't know what was going on with that footage. I didn't zoom in any further. Yeah, it's a bunch of covers. It took me quite a while to find the Japanese cover of Twisted Metal World 2. It's called Twisted Metal EX in Japan. Quite a neat cover. It's got an Obi strip on it. See, that's that little thing at the side there is that looks like it's cut out. They call motor strip. Oh, my mouse is running out of battery, is it? Oh, that's great. One day I'll buy one of those Eneloops so I can actually, like, you know, recharge this thing. But yeah, I thought I was quite happy with all the footage I got for Twisted Metal. It took me a lot to complete it. I mentioned at one point about using cheat codes to make sure I finish it, and yeah, I was using cheat code here to get Spectre's ending. There's Cheeky Cheeky Boys going past. You can get Cheeky Cheeky Boys on the Capcom Arcade Stadium now, which you couldn't get it any time before when I made the video. Here's me doing my old tactic of just waiting for people to spawn and spamming the special. Classic tactic. I should probably talk about the game itself. And one thing I did on this video that I haven't really done before is I tried to let the clips actually run longer for two reasons. One, it makes editing it a hell of a lot quicker. That's, you know, the honest thing. The other thing is that I've always been trying to edit the clips to the sentence. So what I would have done, like in the previous video, is I would have had, like, you know, this sentence coming up here. So, you know, maybe I would have cut into this bit. Twisted Metal is a series of games about cars shooting each other to pieces in huge deathmatch arenas. And then I probably would have, you know, that would have been the end of a sentence. Then I would have cut there, and I would have played out another clip, and then cut somewhere else and played out another clip. And it just takes forever searching for clips and trying to find them. And you end up with a situation where a lot of it ends up looking the same because you're reusing clips from similar sections of the game. Which I didn't want to do. So yeah, I'm trying to get used to using longer clips in the videos. And there's some Mario Kart footage that I put in there. That is from when Kevin and I played it on the channel, which is handy. I didn't get enough footage of some of the later levels, I don't think. The Aztec stage I didn't. This stage was one of my favourites back in the day. Loads of secret tunnels and stuff. But yeah, I didn't get enough footage of it. I think I only recorded footage of Minion. Oh, there's a, can we get a good look at it? That's the end of game boss, which you can't really see properly, but it's a flaming skull. It's a big old flaming skull. Don't get a good look at it there. I didn't want to show it too much. This cutscene. This cutscene's really cool. I do like the way these are animated in the game. But when it hit about that point there, the CD started having trouble reading, and it took like 5 minutes, playing like one frame every second or so, before it eventually got to the next part where it would play smoothly, which was here. So I missed out all the bit where Calypso's stretching him around the world, because he grabs his face and stretches it around the world. And the thing with that is that I did consider taking each of the clips where it actually plays for a second and cutting them all apart and stitching them together so it animated smoothly. But I started and I was just like, you know what, it's not worth it, let's just skip ahead. You get the idea. Nothing much going on here, just clips, really simple. There's a cheat code there if you want it, password. This is from the Let's Play I did on the channel a few weeks ago, because that's why there's been a lot of Twisted Metal on the channel recently, because I was capturing footage for this, and I've, you know, sometimes, you know, I have to do a video every week. That's my plan now, is to have a video every Saturday at 5. So sometimes I'll record footage for the next Mellow Gaming Recommends and do a Let's Play of that. I didn't get a very good clip here because I start getting hammered by enemies, right, yeah, see right there? I had to go back and re-record this stage's footage, because the footage I had of it, I never captured one of the icebergs dropping. So I had to jump back and reload the game and record footage of it when I got to this point in the video edit. Which was dumb of me, I don't plan ahead very well. It's more footage. It's Minion falling to his death. I do like, one thing I like with Minion, let's get some shot of him. The PS1 has this problem called affine texture warping, which is basically where the PS1 doesn't know what points of the texture are where in three-dimensional space. It knows that there's a texture on it, and it knows that it's attached to polygons, but it doesn't know how they sit in relation to each other. So sometimes when you're driving around with Minion, you can see stuff like this, where the polygons start moving out of place because it can't calculate how it's meant to quite sit, and the textures start to warp and stuff. I always love that on PS1 games. Whenever you see games doing the PS1 look, they never get that. They never code that in. You can see there the texture's warping all over the place because it can't work out how they go in relation. Which the Saturn didn't have that problem, I don't think, because Saturn used quads, so it didn't have to work out textures across triangle. There you go, that line. Hold on. That was a little something for Dan from UK Retro Zone. Little reference to The Simpsons. It's his favourite line from The Simpsons when Abe Simpson's doing a filibuster, and he just keeps saying onions tied to the, you know, you want an onion tied to my belt, which was the style at the time. So, you know, put it in there. What we got there? Oh yeah, I couldn't find a clip of me actually blowing up a corpse and driving a vehicle and driving straight through the explosion, I just end up ploughing into someone. Sometimes you do, sometimes you time it just right. It does look like you're out of control a lot in Twisted Metal, but the truth is you are. You are out of control a lot. This is from the Let's Play Matt and I drew. Matt and I did the recording of. I want to point out some special effects in this. The reflections on the water in this stage, they're really cleverly done. So the floors are transparent mesh. And all they've done is it's a dark transparent mesh. So it's a divored transparent layer. And all they've done is they've like put the texture, put this level, and they've reloaded it upside down underneath. So the world's essentially twice as high as it appears, and you're driving around the middle of it. So all the reflections are spot on perfect because they are the same thing. You can see how they all line up perfectly as you drive around. Like, and it's crazy that that was a trick they were doing on the PS1 to make reflections look good. Even though it's not like 100%, you're not getting the balls reflected in there because they didn't put second ones underneath or anything. Just, you know, probably to keep the frame rate up. And the frame rate isn't great in this game. Like 1, 2, 3 frames between there. Like, it's not stable. But that's how they're getting reflections in the old game. And nowadays, like, they're having to do ray tracing and stuff to get more accurate reflections. But this game, like, that works. Like, that works very well. And it looks convincing. You know? It looks like you're driving around on a low little amount of water. Like, you know, a thin layer of water that's got a nice clean and it's reflecting fully. Like, you know? And these days they have to raycast and use up a ton of CPU processing power. It's kind of crazy. Some of the old tricks just work really well. Put some cheats in. There is a cheat code thing coming up. So I was talking about cheat codes here, and I wanted to put in a what do they call it? This thing. So let's zoom in on this because there's some Easter eggs. So they used to do these things on Bad Influence called the Data Blast, and basically it was a TV show, kids, you know, TV show about video games on CITV. And part of the thing was that they would like chuck up loads of cheats during the credits, and you had to record it at the end of the show and then play it through in slow motion so you could read the cheats. So I did like copy through a whole ton of cheats from Twisted Metal into here, but it gets down to like here, and I was like, okay, let's put some more cheats in. So I put a cheat for Doom in. I asked Oddpod and the guys on his Discord for cheats as well. And Oddpod suggested level skip, pause the game and press ABBA. He knew Abba Abba, but he couldn't remember what game it was from and what it did. But I remembered Abba Abba because me and Paul accidentally used it when we were playing Aladdin on the Mega Drive. We were struggling in the last level, and I went, there was a cheat I remember, and I did ABBA, and we skipped the level and completed the final level of the game. And the level select cheat, go to the sound test and play sounds 19, 65, 09 and 17. That was from Dan from UK Retro Zone, and it's from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Sega Mega Drive. That's the lets you go to the level select page and all that sort of stuff. So there's some cheats for you. So make sure you've recorded the screen, record it there. If that confused Americans, it's a British thing. So I don't know if any American shows did anything like that. Nothing there, just the lower half text. Same composers all the way through. I haven't used the music direct from a game for a while, but I thought it was worth it for this because there's not really many covers of it, and you know, I don't want to use them too much. I want the original music. Here's another clip from Kira Major, where I keyed in, I timed up all this. Let's whoop. Right. So we've got multiple elements here. There's the clip from Kira Major, episode 30 something of Kira Major. That is the PPAP guy. You know, the guy who's like, I have a pen, I have a pineapple pen. Throughout the show, he makes references to it. In this episode, Cena has been split into 5, and he just figures, why don't we just combine them together? Rocket League, combat-based online games, boom, PPAP them. Twisted Metal Battle Royale or something. That's the second time I've used a Kira Major clip in an episode of Mellow Gaming Recommends. Yeah. And what else is there on this video? There's some Road Trip Vacation 2021 or 2012. This is what the world's going to look like. There's some more affine texture warping going on there. I do love the Wienermobile in this game. It's my favourite car. It's not even that good a car though. The special move's terrible, but you know, he smacks cars with his wiener. So, you know, Moby can relate to that. But yeah, that's a good game. If you find that on a PS1, give it a go. Twisted Metal 2, which I thought something was wrong with this footage when I put it in here. I thought it was running too fast, because if you watch the footage from this and then go to that, like, this is moving along fine. And then it switches to Twisted Metal 2, or Black. And I was like, Jesus Christ, is this running too fast? And it's literally because the gap in the frame rate between them. I went back and checked video footage and all this and played the video back and made sure that it wasn't something wrong with this file and it wasn't playing at double speed. It is literally because it has like 2 to 3 times the amount of frames per second than Rogue Trip does and all the Twisted Metal footage. It just threw me off. I had a lot of fun playing Twisted Metal Black. There's Twisted Metal 3, which I couldn't... Twisted Metal on PS3, rather. Couldn't get much good footage of it, to be honest. It was really tricky to get like some nice action moments, because it's a bit too hectic. There's too much stuff going on at once. It's less clear when you're attacking people. It's still a good game, though. I do enjoy it, but I think it's one of those ones I need to, you know, go back to and play. Got some footage of Axel. I wanted to get this clip in where I'm like next to no health and I'm just, you know, I'm driving for my life here, trying to get, you know, to safety, and now you can see there's a health pickup. We're going to get it. Go on, Sweet Tooth, get the health pickup. Ah, he did an explosion. You see, I timed it up with the dialogue. 100 miles per hour because you've got explosions to do. See? And I also, this part here, I trimmed like loads of the voice lines down a little bit and made it run a bit faster, so it would end a bit closer to when the music ends. Which is just because I didn't want to put another music track in or find a way of stretching it out, or, you know. It's just me trying to make sure it ends on a nice note. Bom, 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 bom. As one of the defining PlayStation 1 games. And I thought it was nice that when I give my final statement on the game, everything goes quiet. Oh, that laugh. Thank you very much for watching this video where I gush about a 24-year-old game. And then the Twisted Metal theme ran exactly the right amount of time for the outro and the end slate. So there's my Patreon supporters. These guys get to see these Addendums videos a week early. I don't know if that's worth it. Sorry. But they get to see it a week early. And, you know, if you're on the Discord as well, you get to see these Addendums videos a week early. But it's only just because I want to have some sort of perk for the Patreon guys. I said perks at the same time as I did in the video. And there's credits for the videos. Really didn't use much. Just, how many games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. That's it. That's quite low for one of these episodes. Episode 37 of Kira Major. Subtitled by someone who knows. Who knows who subtitles these shows nowadays? There's been a whole thing going on with Tokusatsu recently, with fan subs. Yeah, 1995 PS1 trailer that I, you know, found online. But yeah, that was the Twisted Metal episode of Mellow Gaming Recommends. And that's the Addendums video. And I'll pause this before the music gets too loud. So yeah, thanks for watching this video and me just rambling about the making of the video. I know it's not like normal content, this just goes up in the middle of the week or something. Keep an eye out on Mellow Gaming because there is going to be a bunch of new videos with Paul. I say bunch, 3. But it does give me a little bit of buffer for a few weeks so I can concentrate on making videos. And what is the next Mellow Gaming Recommends? Well, if we go into my folders here, there's a folder here. Space Invaders 95. And you may also notice, if you're eagle-eyed, there is one that says PS1 Sci-Fi, because I am still considering going back to that, but I still only got footage of Strider 2. So, I don't know if that's going to... I sold my copy of Strider 2 and I made sure to record footage of it because I wanted a sci-fi video one day. But yeah, Space Invaders is the next Mellow Gaming Recommends. The one after that, I did give a hint earlier. I went and got the first PS1 demo disc that was out in the UK. The one that's numbered 00048 specifically. And I'm going to do a video about the demo disc and like the trailers that are on it and the game demos. And if I can match them to the final versions of the game, that would be pretty neat. But I don't know if I've got any of the final versions of the game. But yeah, that'll be the one after next. So Space Invaders 95 might be a fairly short video. I don't know yet. I haven't scripted it. I've captured like 2/3 of the footage for it. There's not much to capture for it because it's Space Invaders, isn't it? Space Invaders 95 with Infinite Continues. It just finishes in like 40 minutes. Me and Paul did a playthrough of it ages ago, so I already had footage there. But yeah, thanks for watching this Mellow Gaming Addendums. If you do want to see these Addendums videos a week early, or even the actual Mellow Gaming Recommends episodes a full day early, then consider checking the Patreon. I hate shilling myself like that, but to be honest, the Patreon, every time I put up a new video, I earn like £24 a month right now. Every time I put a new video up, I earn £24, and you do not earn that much through YouTube ad revenue. So, if you do want to support the channel in any way, and it would help me because I am not working enough hours right now, then, you know, consider the Patreon, and I'd love you loads if you do that. And then, you know, if we get up to the next tier, you guys get to decide what games I'm playing. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you there. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.